So the structure of IELTS. Let's revise the basic information, the introductory information about IELTS for some time. So there are two versions based on your requirement. If you really want to study abroad, you have to go with academic module. The universities consider your IELTS score, for allocating an admission for you. So if you want to immigrate to countries like Australia, Canada, etc., so you have to give general training test. There is no much difference between academic and general training tests. So the only major difference is writing task 1, right? So for students seeking entry to a university or institution or for higher education, right, offering degree or diploma courses, generally students have to give academic module, academic test, IELTS academic test. Students seeking entry to, a kind of secondary school, vocational training course, immigration or employment purposes, the governments, the particular, the section of the particular country's governments ask for your profiles. A part of profile contains so how extent you are able to score in IELTS. English language proficiency test scores are also necessary while they check your eligibility. So one of the eligibility is you should be proficient enough to immigrate the particular English country. So you are going to be tested on 4 modules in both academic and general training IELTS. You are going to be tested on 4 modules. All candidates must take a test for each of 4 skills, be it academic one or general training student. So must give the test, attempting listening, reading, writing, and also speaking. So candidates take the same listening and speaking modules, of course. So for academic and also general training students consist of same listening and speaking modules on the particular test day. Okay, but may choose between academic or general training versions of reading and writing. So it has been emphasized that reading and writing modules are a bit different, right? So I always believe reading also same, I always recommend the students to go with the academic passages along with your general passages online or, whatever the Cambridge books you start working on. So academic reading passage is, bit more difficult than general reading passages. Even in your real examination, academic passages are tougher. So in the same hall, some people might be writing general training tests, the rest may be for academic reading. So the booklets are going to be different. Even you sit for computer-based IELTS, right? Speaking and listening are going to be same for you all, irrespective of the type of test you are taking. But reading and writing are going to be different. The topics, the content, the questions are going to be different. So, but the strategies are same. Okay. Understanding ability that the test makers want to check. So reading is just go as you are an academic student. Practice. If you are a general training student, try to practice more and more academic passages along with your general training passages. If you are working on more difficult passages, they're definitely helpful to handle your general training passages, which are a bit easier, right? You should seek advice from a teacher or a student advisor if you are in any doubt about whether to sit for academic or general training module. So the two don't carry the same weight, are not interchangeable. Yes, if you are a training, you have to get the general training, reading and writing booklets. So even on computer based test, in the same hall, some students may be for general training, some other for academic. So listening and also speaking are going to be same. Speaking is basically LRW are going to be conducted at the same time. So speaking is going to be on a different session. Okay, speaking will also be along with your academic students, even you are a general training student. Okay, so the structure is same. Assessment criteria is same, right? But in case of writing and reading, the question types are same. But general training passages are bit more easier, much easier. Okay, right. So the clear difference, the major difference you can see in case of writing task 1. Writing task 1 academic is a report writing. You come across line graph, bar chart, mixed graph, maps, processes. The academic student should be able to write about it, should be able to summarize the information given in this diagram with at least 150 words, with proper, and standard structure of the response. So introduction, overview, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and a kind of concluding paragraph. But when it comes to general training student, that is a letter writing. Okay, writing task 1 of academic is a report writing. Writing task 1, general training, is a letter writing. Right? So that's the major difference that you can see. Okay. But the rest of the details, the time given for each modules in both kind of tests, are same. So for listening, there will be 4 sections, 40 questions. As it is paper-based test, so these details are related to paper-based test. Okay. In case of paper-based test, 30 minutes recording time and 10 minutes to transfer your answers from question paper to answer sheet. As you listen to the audio track, you have to answer the questions given on the question paper, right, on the question paper itself. So wherever the blank you see, you have to fill in the answer within the question paper itself. So after 30 minutes, the recording is going to be over, and then the instructor, the invigilator, the administrator indicates you to transfer your answers from question paper to answer sheet. There might be some students who directly write the answers in the answer sheet. That's cool. If you are confident enough, you may go with that also. Okay, right. On computer based test, so on paper based test, it is almost 40 minutes, right? Right. But on computer based test, CBT, listening lasts only 30 minutes. Right? Because there is no, transfer of answers from question paper to answer sheet, what you can see in paper based test. So computer based test, in computer based test, the listening module lasts only 30 minutes. You must remember this. So while you are practicing on IELTSonlinetest.com, the listening lasts 40 minutes. Of course, you have a choice. You have, option to pick 30 minutes listening test or 40 minutes listening test or something of that sort. You should always go with 30 minutes listening test, because you are practicing on a computer, not, a paperback version question paper that you are practicing on. When you are practicing on IELTS online test, make sure you go with 30 minutes listening test. Is it clear, buddies? Right. Okay. So there is a new student, guest user. Who is this guest user? Are you a new student, buddy? Guest user, can you please respond? right? So the next module is reading. Of course, the order has not been clearly given. So this order is actually conventional. The conventional order is L R W. Speaking is going to be on a different session or a different day. Okay. So paper-based test, the order of the modules. On a paper-based test, the order of the modules is writing, listening, reading. Writing for 1 hour. Okay. Listening for 40 minutes because this is paper-based test. Reading for 1 hour again. How about speaking? Speaking is going to be on a different day or on a different session. It lasts 15 minutes, not more than 15 minutes. That's always be conducted in person, face to face, a kind of face to face interview. Okay. They generally raises, poses some general questions. They won't be, subjectual at all. Okay. Yeah. So, but when it comes to computer-based tests, the order is absolutely conventional that you will see in your real examination. That is L R W. That's the conventional order, right? Listening only 30 minutes. Am I right? Reading 1 hour. Writing also 1 hour. Speaking again on a different session, on a different day, right? Clear? Are you all able to follow the things per days? Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next. So academic reading contains 3 sections. 3 sections means each section contains 3 passages. Right? Each section contains 1 passage, which means on the whole 3 passages. So 3 passages are going to be, followed by 40 questions on the whole, which means first passage followed by 13 questions, second passage again 13, but the fourth passage, which is more difficult, much more difficult than the previous 2 passages, followed by 14 questions. And again, you should be able to finish the 3 passages by the end of the 60th minute. Even general training contains the same 3 sections, but you will see how many passages? 5 passages. I mean, section 1 contains 2 short passages. Each passage followed by 6 to 7 questions. Again, section 2 contains another 2 short passages. Each passage followed by 6 to 7 questions. Section 3 is the only section in general training reading contains single passage followed by 14 questions. So section 1 again 13 questions, section 2 again 13 questions, just like, academic module, right? But the number of passages you will see in general training reading is more, right? Section 1, there will be 2 small passages, short passages. Why I am emphasizing that they are short passages when you compare these passages with academic passages, they are going to be half of them, not more than 5 to 6 paragraphs. Academic passages may each passage definitely, up to 10 to 11 paragraphs sometimes. So they will definitely be at least 7 paragraphs, right? So when these short passages of general training test are compared with each of academic passages, they are going to be relatively short, right? Again, section 3, again, the same absolutely like section 3 of academic reading, but passages are more general in nature. The content of the passages are more general in nature in case of general training module, but obviously academic passages are going to be more academic in nature, maybe about some research, maybe about academic section of a magazine. General training may be general issues, right? Lifestyle, culture, something of that sort. More general content can be seen in general training reading. Okay, yeah. Again, 60 minutes, 40 questions. It may be computer based or paper based test. The reading contains 3 sections, 40 questions should be finished by the 60th minute. Okay. The next one is academic writing. There will be 2 tasks. The first one is, as I have just mentioned, report writing. right? The second one is just like an essay writing. So on the whole, you will have 60 minutes. It's not individual time, for each of the writing task sections. So suggested time is there. For reporting writing, the test maker suggested 20 minutes. For essay writing, it is better to allocate 40 minutes because essay writing is twice as many marks as report writing is. Okay, so essay writing is worth twice as many marks as report writing is. That's why 40 minutes for essay writing, 20 minutes for report writing. It is just a suggestion, but the timer starts from 60 minutes. So there is a discretion that to allocate only 15 minutes for report writing, 45 minutes for essay writing. This is what generally students follow because essay writing, writing task 2 is more important than writing task 1. There might be some students as well, and also you have that leeway, that freedom to allocate as much time as you want for each of these 2 question types. But the suggested time, recommended time by the test maker is 20 minutes for writing task 1, that is report writing, 40 minutes for essay writing. So general training writing, of course, 60 minutes and 2 tasks is absolutely same, but the first writing task is letter 1, letter writing. The second is again essay. The overall time given is 60 minutes. The suggested times once again by test maker are same, 20 and 40 minutes, right? Okay. And speaking, as I have just mentioned, last 15 minutes, and on a different session on a different day. So mostly the speaking dates are going to be within 2 days before or after your LRW date. LRW date is the date you book slot on. So for example, if you want to book a slot on 10th May, what does that mean? LRW are going to be conducted on that day. Speaking is going to be, allocated between 8th and 12th May. Any day between 8th and 12th May. So these days, computer-based test, whoever opting out computer-based, most of the students are able to give the speaking test also on the same day. If LRW, computer-based test is going to be conducted in the morning session, that's how the student booked. The speaking is going to be in the afternoon session. Most students, there are still some students who are giving computer-based test, have actually got speaking on a different day, but most of the students are saying that they have got speaking on the same day. So listening, reading, writing in the afternoon that they have booked, the speaking is going to be in the morning session, something of that sort. Okay, so mostly based on the evidences, most of the students are not able to get okay, for paper based test, absolutely the speaking is going to be on a different day. So on the whole, I can say speaking is going to be on a different day, different session. Okay, right. So within 2 days before or after your test taking date is the range of the time you are gonna get speaking module, speaking slot on. So the total test time is 2 hours 55 minutes, almost 3 hours test. Clear? Okay. So if it is computer based test, the results are going to be shown on your IDP account within 3 to 5 days, right? But for paper based test, it is 13 to 15 days. Too long, right? Yep. So when it comes to paper based test, the results to take longer time, it's too long, 13 to 15 days. But when it comes to paper based test, it's just 3 to 5 days. So I always recommend the students to go with the computer based test. This is also based on evidences, not only due to the advantages, with regard to the results you're gonna get, but the students who were unable to get better scores, unable to get better scores and good scores in paper-based test had actually got better scores on computer-based test. So most of my students were able to get better scores on computer-based test than paper-based test. That's why I always recommend the students to go with computer-based test. You have to get used to it. Okay. Is everything clear, buddies? Darshan, any doubt?
No, sir.
And we have another new student. Who is this? Oh, we have two new students, I think.